Kids are seeing what's online and getting interested, but it's really for everyone. I see people that are 10, I see people that are 50 years old, and they just want to learn to use their bodies a little bit better, or they saw something online that they're like, I wish I could be able to do that. And that's what this place is all about.
Parkour is a discipline that teaches us how to navigate our environment with proficiency, getting from A to B. Free running, which is a little more of what we teach, kind of also incorporates flips and allows for more expressive and creative movement. But yeah, learning how to use your body and navigate an environment with a little bit of style and utility.
It was definitely the internet, seeing videos online. That's where it all started, because not too many people in our area trained necessarily.
When I went to high school, meet up friends, they're like, oh yeah, check out this thing called parkour. I'm like, oh, what is that? They're jumping off buildings, jumping off rails, like, wow, that's really cool. So I slowly got into parkour. And then later on, I found out about like tricking and gymnastics and flips, and I just like dived into it slowly, yeah.
So I actually had a friend in the bartending industry who mentioned that there was a gym opening up close to a place that I just moved. I was pretty new to Toronto, so I agreed to show up to the gym. He didn't show up, I did. And then I happened to meet a bunch of guys who were training some stuff that I'd seen in movies growing up, but I thought was always going to be a little too difficult for me. And they had this foolproof way of getting me through it. So I learned how to do my first wall backflip. I got completely hooked. And at that point, I managed to get a good tax break, so I just started doing parkour like 8 hours a day.
When I first started, I was definitely, seeing big jumps and wanting to just do the biggest thing or do the coolest thing I could think of. But as you start to train more and more, you start to respect the sport more and more, and you want to learn the techniques, because you'll realize that overall it's going to be more beneficial on your body if you work on those techniques at lower levels and then build up into bigger things.
It started to really hit me that this was more a toolkit than just a movement art. And if you take this and you apply this to other things in your life, it can really, really help.
Mostly this started as a way to get fit. I was diagnosed with high blood pressure, and the doctor told me if I didn't do something, I wasn't going to last much longer.
I think the benefits for me as far as parkour is it's a great way for me to get exercise. It has made me feel younger than most people at my age. I mean, I'm 32, and I find I have a stamina level of like young 20s still. So I feel pretty good, and I like that parkour has given me that.
It's a lot of cardio, so if you're looking for weight loss, I've seen so many stories of people just showing up to classes, not even going too heavy after hours or anything like that, and completely transforming head to toe. It's also just a lot of functional strength. It's not boring. It's challenge-based fitness, so every time that you come in, you can be working on something new and still improving in strength, flexibility, confidence.
The random movements of parkour is different than if you go to a gym and you do the same reps and the same sets of the same exercise. When you do random movements, your body has to adapt and compensate that much more because it's more random.
Parkour is a great sport to get into because it can open up your mind. It never hurts to be able to move around a space, whether it's in other sports, whether it's in your daily life. It transfers skills over into every facet of your life.
There's been a couple of times where I've had to go grab my cat that's jumped over a fence or something like that, and it's just effortless. Daughter had some play or something, I had to get up on stage. It was just effortless to get up there.
I wanted to make sure he was turning 8, and I said, this year, this birthday party is gonna be better than all the rest. He said, Mommy, all I really want is to do parkour. And I said, how can we make this happen? How? So I went online and I started Googling parkour venues, gymnastics, martial arts, just something, give me something. And then the monkey vault, boom, popped right on there. I said, monkey vault? Is that in Canada?
So the gymnastics floor is traditionally used for extreme martial arts, tricking, basic or advanced gymnastics, and getting people through the first couple steps of parkour where everybody's really tentative and not sure if they can do stuff. Once you teach them that they can manage small obstacles and their bodies effectively on soft surfaces where they can build up that confidence, you just start to slowly remove or change the safeguards so that they grow along with the drills. And from there, the rest of the gym is kind of sequenced out from lowest difficulty to highest difficulty. We move up in difficulty of surfaces, and then height, and then complexity in the back. And as you start to move throughout the gym and as you start to grow and acquire more skills, it becomes easier and easier to see the connections and create new lines and explore the gym, putting maybe a little bit of your own style into it as you grow.
Well, it definitely gives you a chance to hone your skill before showing it to the world or taking it outdoors, because the outdoors, whether you like it or not, if you battle with gravity before you're ready, you tend to take a beating, as they say.
Being able to progress at such a faster rate, outside we would look at jumps and sometimes we would have to just like mentally prepare ourselves for months on end. You come in here and do that same jump, you can stack a whole bunch of blocks in front of the jump, you can put mats on top, so you take the risk element out of it sometimes, and it allows you to focus on what your body is capable of doing. That being said, sometimes when you go outside, you have to relearn that mental game as well. This doesn't require any prior experience. A lot of people will say, I've been going to the gym for the last 10 years. That makes me capable to do this. That's not the case. We need to build up our game in parkour or free running from the ground up all over again.
You don't really need a fitness background to approach this. We have a very pedagogical way of introducing different sorts of drills and lesson plans, and honestly, we assess what the student needs when they walk in the door. Like I said before, everything is a personal journey for people, so you're going to have to tailor the experience to them. But we know what's going to help people grow, what's going to help them get to that next level where they can start to look at and challenge themselves with new techniques, new flips, new whatever. So you can start anywhere. As long as you're smart about your progressions, you can build up to anything. We've even taught people with missing arms and legs. It is actually quite accessible. It's just really learning how to use the human body.
It helps to be physically fit, but at the end of the day, there's so many other things like balance, coordination. So when people come in here, everyone is always good at one thing or another, and it's always interesting to see what people are capable of.
For the most part, the people who seem to be attracted to this, they're not looking for team sports, they're not looking for anything that's really gonna be a whole week-by-week practice. They're looking to improve themselves. They're looking to see what they're capable of, and they're looking to kind of explore and experiment with things that aren't like the usual 1-2 at the gym, right? So the people who gravitate towards this are kind of open to experimentation. They're open to talking to other people, making friends, but they're not really looking for it.
When I bring my kids here, they're really using their mind. They're collaboratively working together in their small group of 4. They're sort of painting, visually. They're rooting a map, a new obstacle, a new way to maneuver their bodies.
So people don't criticize other people. Everyone's just trying to learn. So first time when you come into a gym, you may get apprehensive because you see people doing all these crazy things, but they're learning just as much as the other person. So whether you're been doing this for 10 years or whether it's your first day, you have to approach it with the mentality that I may look stupid today, but I'm learning. And even after 10 years of doing this, I'll still be working on movements and I'll still look really weird, and I just have to let that go and work towards what I want to do.